Good afternoon, everybody. This is Simon Trumper here at Playground, Kanawaki, Montreal, Canada, for day 2 of our high-limit cash game. Seat 1, we have John Cochran. He's sitting down with $100,000. Lauren Roberts is in seat 2. She also has $100,000. Antonio Esfandiari is in seat 3, same as yesterday, with $100,000. Jeff Gross also has $100,000. Robert Yong is in seat 5 with $200,000. And making up this table, Sam Trickett with $116,000. If you were watching yesterday, you'll be interested to know how the win-loss went. The biggest loser on the table was Sam Trickett. He was $184,000 down. At the end of the session, Rob Yong was $142,000 down. John Cochran was $57,900 down. And the other 4 were the winners. Antonio Esfandieri, $74,000 up. Francois Safadin, $85,500 up. Oreo Hayon was $104,800 up. And the biggest winner yesterday was Lauren Roberts, winning $119,600.
Unattractive and uncomfortable for everybody.
So we had a bit of action here pre-flop. Esfandiari 3-bet with ace king of diamonds. Flop's come down 5-5 deuce. This is a board that Rob could steal this pot from him. He will see bet, obviously. It's 12,700 in the middle.
I know, I'm more than capable of doing that.
Wow, that was a big move.
Maybe he wants you to hold him like a baby.
I'm more than capable of doing it.
I really hope not.
The graphics.
I don't even know what to believe.
Rob might float here, call 1 bet and then fire out on the turn.
I do, I'm a pathological
And he does call the bet, so he does intend to float this.
Something like a bluff at the table.
I did make a few bluffs yesterday.
I know, apparently. I didn't realise till afterwards.
10 on the turn, no change. Ace king still in front.
Well, most, I mean, wouldn't you agree, most women you play with are somewhat tight and not aggressive?
In general, yeah.
It's going to check, so Rob must be intending to bet on the river here. So 27,300 in the middle. Is Esfandiari going to check back to Rob?
Showing the girls how to do it, how to barrel it.
There are
No, they both checked, so the ace king is going to win.
I play with some of them.
Rob choosing not to get out of line there.
Raise 1,500, call.
The jacket's off for Lauren Roberts, and she's got pocket 10s.
Let's have pocket ace.
1,500. Esfandiari has pocket 4s. Set mining. Gross folds a6. Young folds 8-3. And Trickett folds king 9. And Antonio is going to win a big pot here. He's flopped bottom set, and Roberts has an overpair.
I haven't really seen so far though, like the phases. They're on track or not?
How much can he extract from Miss Roberts?
I think people, and they'll come back from Monte Carlo too and stuff. I think they're going to get there. 6 for 6.
These two do play a lot together, but I really cannot see her getting away from this.
I think it'll get there.
She's going to raise. I'd expect Antonio just to flat call here.
Standard template.
Unless he knows her game well enough to know that if he re-raises, she won't lay down an overpair.
2 million. Then I have a 10k guaranteed at $1 million. 5 million guaranteed.
He just
5K.
flat calls, exactly as he should do.
2.5K, so it's a standard format for everybody.
Right.
So 25,300 already in this pot, and it's a perfect blank.
Eventually we'll have a standard format.
For Antonio with his set of 4s.
Right. Yeah, it's
Just 25k, 10k, 5k.
Lauren also thinks that's a great card for her.
2.5k. And then a big small buy-in at the weekend to keep the place busy for the final.
Will the Punta Cana one have that?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to go to that.
Antonio thinking, how much can I bet this time?
Yeah, it's
Probably about 16,000.
Obviously you've got a visa issue.
Okay, so he's gone for 17,200.
Venue. We'll do that format for Sochi, 25k, 10k, 5k, 2.5k. So we'll guarantee every Millions Festival at 10 million, whatever the currency is.
So Lauren's just going to flat call here.
Get our, I think we've got our feet off the ground now. And I think the players are kind of supporting us, so that's a good thing. If the players didn't support us, I won't bother.
Yeah, it's great. I think these phase things are cool. Just like people can take a shot from, if they don't make it, they don't come. If they do,
They feel like they're part of the tournament. You know, normally you just say satellite in the corner. This way they feel like they're part of the tournament.
Yeah, it's like a playing game in the college basketball. They get to like get into the tournament. Yeah, it's
I
good.
just need to find a little way of shorter them. They're fine online because this clock's shorter. I think live, a little bit long to play, but I need to look at it.
Yeah. I think it's also just people being.
She makes the call, and she's actually starting to feel that she could be behind here.
Really, even here, I was like double checking. I'm like, oh wait, you can buy in on day 2.
She
or
can only hit
how
a
does it
10.
work? You know, it's just a matter of people starting to get the format, and then I think it'll be.
It's going to take time in the other countries. Obviously, UK, it's easy for us.
Pot's nearly 60,000. She'll check again, and obviously
Guaranteed
Antonio
50
would.
million
Wow.
in the first year.
Surely she's not
Bigger
going to
than
bet out
anybody
here.
else guarantees
The
already.
way that this action's gone.
Next year we'll want to guarantee 100 million for the team.
And she checks. So
Yeah.
Antonio,
Players will support you online then.
he'd feel incredibly unlucky if she has played. He knows she has an overpair. He'd be unlucky if she had jacks, so he'll definitely value bet here.
Doubling size.
Oh, he's put a big bet in there. Those red chips are 25,000 each. He's bet 100,000. This pot is equaling the biggest pot we had yesterday.
It's kind of split off from Party Casino, which I think was a good thing. So it can focus on poker.
Yeah. It seems like it's growing fast from what I can see. At least the tournaments online. They're getting a lot bigger.
Software's still a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
Customer support's diabolical. But these are things that we should be able to fix. They're not. I think the warmth that people feel about it is good, you know.
That's all I played 2004 when I was in college.
Yeah, I agree with Whispering Tanya. Keep it down,
First
guys.
time I played it.
Whoever's moderating it, please just delete any accounts for people that are being too personal.
You know who designed the software?
Is it Sexton?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I talked to, yeah, he said he was involved with that back when it started.
Yeah, he went over to India and designed it.
Yeah, he told me that, yeah.
I mean, Party Poker Million was the first tournament he did on a cruise ship to launch Party Poker. So I kind of wanted, I like the idea of calling it
I'll pay you off.
Party
I
Poker
call.
Millions and Millions.
Wow, she's called. She's called for 100,000 with
Wow.
pocket tens.
Nice.
Ouch.
Fifth, yeah, he wasn't showing many cards at all.
John has flopped 2 pair. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, I mean,
She's going to lose another big pot with pocket tens. She had pocket tens before, for anybody who's come in late, and Antonio flopped a set of 4s. It was a 9-6-4 board, I think. And this time, John Cochran has flopped top 2 against her overpair. Now, is he going to slow play it? Yeah, just flat calls. She could.
Oh,
Well,
I didn't think we were going to get chopped for sure. I don't know what was going on, but I actually saved a lot of money.
That's 7,000.
I fucked a 9, I wouldn't have. I would have held on.
Wouldn't have relinquished.
well, last time a jack came on the river, it didn't stop her calling off 100,000. Obviously, if John had a flush draw, it's made his flush. If he had 2 overcards with a jack, he now has a bigger pair. Might have been better off just checking here, but he's elected to bet.
Call.
Okay, she makes the call. Now, what could come to save her on the end? Well, a 4th heart, that might do it, but at the same time, will that slow John down now?
$12,500. Full.
I was expecting the damage to be a bit worse than that.
I'm actually surprised that John would bet out the 9 of hearts as a terrible card. About 18,000.
Every other guys, I'm like, I'm just one of the big group.
Wow, he's just flat called.
Looks like we got a little pot.
Wow.
I think most players on the table would have 4-bet there, but Roberts folds to Queen 8. So 1-8 gone for Rob. He is currently leading with pocket 8s, 4-5 suited for Gross and Ace King for Cochran. Wow, he's found the case 8. Finally, Rob's found a bit of luck. He was winning pre-flop. He's flopped top set of 8s on a rainbow flop, but Gross does have a double belly buster, 3 or a 7 for a straight. Let's see how Rob's going to play this top set on a rainbow flop.
I think I used up all my luck cards yesterday on that one hand where we ran it twice. So I'm not going to.
Okay, he just flat calls the 8,400. So we know that the only outs currently for Jeff Gross are 3 or a 7 to give him a straight. Obviously, a club would give him a backdoor flush draw. Could have a big pot here. If John Cochran decides to make a move now on the flop with his Ace King, his timing is going to be off.
So how long have you known each other?
12 years?
Wow.
10, 12 years?
I knew.
Yeah, like 18 maybe, 19.
When he was a baby.
Before he was Sam Trickett.
I had to buy him from just a normal.
Yeah, he still looks like a baby.
Yeah, we did.
that, yeah.
We did bar him, didn't we?
What was that for, Simon?
I don't think we're going to be talking about that on a stream.
Naughty boy.
No. His,
Oh, Antonio. Oh, you mean, how long have I known Antonio?
Okay, here we go.
I thought you were talking about
So,
I've known Antonio.
Rob Miles in front at the moment. As you can see, there are the outs, 3 or a 7. Backdoor clubs. What's the turn going to be?
Aww.
you meet playing poker, you and Rob?
10 years, yeah. I started playing in.
Full house for Rob now.
That's where I started playing.
It's
Can't lose this pot.
40 minutes away from my house. So that's when I go play.
It's 18 in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff has checked.
I was kind of learning. And
Rob will check back here, I think.
it's kind of like here, like it's just poker only.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made for poker players rather than a casino that's, you know,
Made for
blackjack.
casino,
Yeah.
He's going to
Yeah, it's
he's going to bet. I would have preferred to see him check here. Try and let Gross bluff it.
I played there. It's really nice. Nice environment to learning. Everyone's friendly. In the casinos, you get all the whiners moaning, all the depressed people that you feel bad around because they've done their wages
man.
and stuff. You're like,
Slot
Yes.
machine.
yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
like,
It's like that at Commerce Casino. You kind of feel bad if they think I took their rent money.
yeah,
or something.
exactly. Yeah, it's just not a nice way to win sometimes.
No.
For a standalone card room, I think this place is the
This
absolute.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
And for years,
Absolutely
people have been telling me, Sorrel was telling me, you've got to, you've got to
Dusty Dawn's better.
check out this place, and a few other friends, you have to go to Montreal. It's the best.
My
And,
first time, yeah.
Not a
It's
good
been pressed so
time
far.
for me.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah,
It's gonna put a lot of chips
really
in the pot
great.
and a lot of.
The city, the card room, the
Yes.
people are so nice.
Yeah.
I was showing him. Yeah, you know when I go like this. At what point do you think I want to show you?
I didn't think you wanted to. I was just trying to sneak a peek.
Ah,
Is there any on board?
at least you're honest. You know?
Left the set?
I'm not. There was an 8 on board.
Jack,
That's all I'll say.
No, well, if you flop
It
the
was
set
for
again-
Jeff. I showed. If you guys want to
I
like,
had an
Yeah, I
eight.
didn't say that. There was
just
an
check,
8
your,
on board.
just check your phones in 5 minutes. Check your phone in 5 minutes. Pretend do some exercise in, and you'll find out the hand.
So after that hand, Esfandiari still up 116,000. Obviously, most of it came from that one pot against Roberts. Trickett's up 9-7. Cochran up 7-7. Yong's up 1,400. And Gross is down 27-2. Roberts is down 107. Esfandiari with a queen here. Roberts with an ace.
I bet the flop he called on the turn I checked too bad.
Discipline check.
Bet
Yeah, I'm
3,500.
I'm betting non-board pairs most of the time.
Yeah. Some people bet that.
Raise 82.
hope he doesn't see like the last message. I was just like on absolute tour. Might go pretend that's smoke or something.
No change on the river. Robert's still in front with the ace. Well, Esfandiari could get a bluff through here. Obviously a 10 makes a straight. He's going to have a stab at it. He's going to bet big.
21,400.
Basically the size of the pot. So now it all comes down to whether Roberts thought he was bluffing on the turn and he's having to follow it through on the river. That's what she's going to be thinking.
John, you know the problem with the six-handed game?
What's that?
You know the problem with the six-handed game?
Not my favorite.
No, but just when two people leave. Now
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
a four-handed game.
So I know you're going to put me on an ace. That I know. So the only way to win the pot.
I suited that hand, so I thought double better.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
All right, Anthony.
Well done, Lauren. She read it perfect. Good call. Now that's why she thought so long, because she knows she's now explained her thinking. She plays against Antonio a lot, and she knows that he will do these barrel bets on the turn and the river, especially when a scare card like the king comes. So, still not easy to call for 21,400.
Out flops you, out rivers you,
It's
whatever
tough.
it is.
Then if you start
You
thinking
know,
on
and then
logic,
you start thinking,
you deviate from
you know,
logical
does
thinking.
he have?
It can't never be too bad to block him up when he's polarized, which I learned yesterday the hard way.
Yeah. Were you still thinking about that hand last
really,
night, or
nah,
you put
I
it
mean,
behind you now with the 5-3?
Nah, what's the point in stewing on it? I'm going to make plenty of bad folds again in the future. You can't always get them right. I had a read that he had a draw on the flop. I mean, there was two draws, 5-3 and 5-3 and 5-7. You know, and it was a raised pot.
Good man, Antonio.
So it's a little harder to have 5-3, so I guess I folded. And his sizing was quite good as well. And he also bet really quick on the river like he did against Rob earlier when he had jacks. Remember that hand?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of my reasoning that, yeah, I was steaming at the time.
Yeah, so we have a hand here now between Antonio and Rob. Antonio with a gut shot king for a straight at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Rob has got the flush draw. He's going to bet in position.
4,000.
That's 4,000 into 6-7.
Antonio check raises so much as well, right? He's, you know, he probably check raises more than most pros out there. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of the old school player. Check raises all his weak hands and strong hands, so he's like, he gets involved in a lot of big pots.
11,300.
Yeah, he's done it again here.
I mean, I'd love to say, but I've got a 5-minute break, so I'm going to go to the toilet.
All right, mate.
And,
See you later.
you know, if tomorrow the 25-50 games come in, maybe I'll come in for half an hour.
Okay, lovely. That'd be
All
great.
right,
Thanks a
see you
lot.
in a bit,
Cheers, Sam.
Trumper.
Ta-da, mate. So there I was, joined by the infamous Sam Trickett,
Okay.
good friend of mine, and Rob's. Okay, Rob's a non-believer, makes the call and gets rewarded. Rivers the nut flush, gives Esfandiari top pair. So Rob might be able to extract a bit of value out of him here.
Check.
29,300 in the middle. Now, Rob goes one of two ways here. He either puts a small bet in or
50,000.
does what he did yesterday when he was bluffing. Stuck 50 grand in. Roberts lost most of her chips when she raised with pocket tens. Antonio called with fours and flopped bottom set on a 9-high board and fired on all three streets, and she called. She called a 100k all-in bet on the river.
Where's the nearest restaurant? Nearest restaurant? Is it the ones over there? All right.
Before you call me.
Clock. Clock.
Rob trying to call a clock on Antonio.
Blakey is the third one. 15, give me something. Maybe I
As soon as it's allowed, I'll call the clock on him, yeah?
Right.
It's not easy for Antonio to put him on a flush here because
I have to call you again.
he raised him on the turn and Rob called it.
All I do is
You got there? Huh?
Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, it does look great.
I got there. That's
Party Poker Live coming to you all over the world. I'm thrilled to be involved with it. Loving creating the events and hosting, doing a bit of commentary. I'd never say I was a professional commentator, but I can call a few hands out. It's a lot easier when you have a colour man with you, or if I'm doing the colour and someone else is leading, but hey-ho, at the moment there isn't anybody available, so you're stuck with me, I'm afraid. But between us, Rob and I have created these events, the Grand Prix, the Millions, and we are over the moon to be involved with Party Poker and taking these events all around the world, giving people the opportunities to play these events and win life-changing money.
I think you got it, my friend. Rob, come on. You get there? You lucky Englishman, you?
like wine, you know what I mean? Like I got a lot of buddies because I love wine. This fella's eat. I said, well, when did you drink that bottle? When did you drink? I said, when did you drink that bottle? He goes, I never drank it.
Clock.
Why did you drink it? I said, before I leave this earth, every bottle in my cellar is drunken with a story. There's no bottle that's out there.
I gotta call the clock.
No, that's
Takes
totally
so long.
reasonable.
Sorry.
100%.
Like your parents used to have.
I just don't know if you want me to call you or not. I can't figure it out.
Like that. I said, you kidding? It's there to share, it's there to eat and drink and have a story to it. I said, you think? I said, we're all
I'm not sure how to answer that.
I know, so I can tell the story about how good it was, how bad it was, or where I got it, how much it cost, and who I was with.
30 seconds.
You have 8, 9, or 9, 10.
And if it doesn't work, you'll know how much it hurts next time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Pretty much, yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
That one's gonna hurt, Rob. That one's gonna hurt.
Nah, it won't hurt. It won't hurt you at all. And if you notice what they do,
Opening.
yeah.
Throttle.
16.
Quick recap. Esfandieri 57,000 up. Yong 17,500 up. Cochran 3-4 up. Trickett 2-8 up. Gross is 21-4 down. And Roberts 59,000 down. At one point, she was over 100,000 down.
So I asked my dad. I said, well,
Come on, Jeff, punish the straddlers, man.
I know,
he
you
said
said
it's just a faster way to lose your money.
You're the button, man.
Yeah, I'm not close.
Smart man.
Gross on the button. Just flat calling. With ace-jack suited.
I'm down in this damn game. 25, right.
Ready, 6,600.
Trickett raising out of position, big blind. Gets Cochran to fold, Roberts to fold.
No encouragement.
Esfandieri folds, back to gross.
It's never getting through, Sam.
Not here to steal the blinds, buddy.
Call.
So he's pro 1 this hand, I'm pro 2, right?
I just know when Jeff puts any money in the pot, you know, pretty much knowing that I'm going to raise every time. He's going to have a hand that can call 6K.
That's 5,500. Call.
You love check raising.
I love check raising. I don't always check raise.
Gross intending to float Trickett in position there. He's actually picked up the nut flush draw.
Because you're on my left. Yes.
Check raising. I do love the check raising.
You do like to do that too. It's just that it's just dependent upon our
18,000.
position, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yesterday you had
Big bet here from Trickett.
It's a little warm up here. Some air, please.
Raise all in.
Oh, nice move there from Jeff.
PBF.
Pro 1
Right.
got one,
Pro 2 got it through.
Events in Austria, Italy, Ireland, Russia and England. We're here now in Canada. We have another event in 1st to 5th of June, don't we? Million at Kings.
in Roswell.
1100 buy-in. And we then have Sochi has a $5 million event coming up in September. Wow, look at this flop.
Wow.
Yong's flopped. The absolute nuts.
Whilst they're thinking about what to do, we have a comedian on the chat. When's the next Party Poker Millions Afghanistan? Probably not for a few years, Blackout General, I think, is the answer. Simon, Silly Dog 78. I'm not sure if you want to respond to that one.
When you aren't watching Rob's car doing his ironing, what else do you like to do in spare time? Well, I actually wouldn't mind polishing his car because he has got a nice car. But I haven't polished my own car for 10 years, so I'm probably not going to polish Rob's. Ironing, I'm crap at ironing, I've got to be honest. I've only just learnt to do it in the last 2 years. So I could just about do a T-shirt. Spare time, I don't get any, to be honest. I'm pretty much full-time. But
Very hard-working.
The only thing, I love watches. So that's about it. Anybody who knows me knows that I love collecting watches. And I've bought and sold a few watches over the last 28, 30 years. So that's probably my other passion. Watches, cars, travelling, and Dust Till Dawn, and party poker. Anything to do with poker that gets me a job that pays me to travel around the world has got to be good.
Rob thinking about what to do here. Raise to 20,000. Maybe a little bit worried about the 2 hearts. Telhorn V. PP Millions in Germany is missing. So many players here. We have a PP Millions in Germany, but unfortunately it's just across the border in Rosvedov in June. It's difficult for us to run events in Germany at the moment, but we hope to be in there real soon.
Current watch I'm wearing, an 18 carat Zenith 670, I think it's called. It's a limited edition.
Looks like it needs upgrading, Simon.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, is there anything wrong with this watch? Thank you very much.
Don't forget what happened to Kim Kardashian. She was
I don't think anyone's going to go after that watch, Alex.
What? What are you talking about?
Thinking about the call here with Queen 10.
Oh, look,
Not-
great commentary, Simon and Tom. Thank you.
Hello, Natalia.
Natalia, are you here in Montreal? If you are, get in this commentary booth. You can jump in with Tom. My biggest loss in a session, Blackout General. Actually, it's not going to be that much. I've never played big cash games, so I think the most I've ever lost is 10 grand. That's it. I don't think I've ever lost more than 10 grand in a session. Tournament poker, I doubt if I've ever, well, don't think I've ever lost more than 25,000. So I haven't got any massive losses.
What's your biggest win?
267,700.
And at WSOP?
At the WSOP and the 10k PLO. Played 5, made 2 finals.
Serious question from Silly Dog. Isn't it about time there was a big tournament at D2D around the 1k buy-in level? Pretty sure there hasn't been one this year. Well, Simon?
The 1k level. Let me think. What have we had? We had a 5 million, didn't we?
1k for
5k for 6 million. We had a 10k for 1 million. We had a 2.5k for 1 million.
And a 2.5k for 500,000.
Yeah, but we will have later in the year, we will have a 1k, probably in November. We're thinking about combining a Grand Prix and a million.
But those people that are interested in the smaller buy-ins, there's a Grand Prix million at Dust Till Dawn in June.
Yep.
18th, I think.
Yeah, 18th to 25th, I think it is.
Which
Somewhere
will
around
be
there.
around £200 buy-in level.
Yeah, 220 buy-in. We need 5,000 entries. And once we tried to do it before, about 4 years ago, and we didn't hit it. We missed it by about 40 grand, I think, 45 grand. So I think we'll hit it this time. We're not streaming the High Roller final, no. Ollie Buff. Ollie Bull.
Rob's in with 6
Look at this.
off here.
Look at this.
Against
Lauren Roberts has flopped the flush. Rob with bottom pair. In fact, she has a draw to a straight flush. Queen of Hearts. Luckily, Rob hasn't improved on the turn.
Rob.
6,500.
What's going on with WPT 500 at D2D this year? Now, is it now finished? Does LA have a tournament?
We no longer have association with the World Poker Tour, so there will be no more World Poker Tour events or Stars events or Sky events at Dust Till Dawn. Everything will be party poker.
That's probably when we'll have the 1K 1 mil, Simon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in November, yeah, replacing the WPT.
Just before the Caribbean Poker Party.
Yeah, don't miss out on that, guys. Running packages, I think it's 5 packages, isn't it, every Sunday? $10,000 packages. You can win a 5,300 seat, a room for 2, all inclusive at the Melia in Punta Cana, and $2,000 towards flights. It was extremely popular last year, and this year there's going to be circa $8 million worth of guarantees. We'll be running another $5 million guaranteed tournament there, 5,000 buy-in. And there'll be side events. There'll be a 25k high roll, I would imagine. There'll be a $1,000 event as well. The gentleman with the hat is called John Cochran.
Rob thinking hard about this. Likely to fold.
Definitely been mistimed. He's seen Roberto bluff Lauren a few times. Maybe he thinks he can do it because he's in position, but he's definitely, his timing is horrendously off.
He's in trouble here, is Mr. Yong.
Now, it'd be interesting if Lauren has watched Rob play enough, she'll know that the best way to get him to pay her off here is to check, because he will fire a big bluff on the river. $45,000 in the middle.
Killer Niller, it's live, but with a 30-minute delay.
Bet 28,000.
Oh dear, oh dear.
75,000.
Oh dear.
Bad timing by Rob.
He's not going to like this one very much.
Order something for me too. Chicken, vegetables, whatever.
If you see a couple or waitress.
Yep. Waitress.
Bit of sympathy for Rob here on the chat.
So we can order dinner now, so we have it when it's ready.
I'm all in.
Should we order with the waitress
Brewery's all in.
or with you?
Cool.
Quick muck from Rob there. Made a move, and unfortunately his timing was completely off. Lauren flopped the world. So she's won a big pot there, and that will erase most of her deficit, if not all of it.
I think she's in the green now.
Good, how are you?
Who's up and down? Esfandiari is 72,000 up. Roberts is 28,000 up, which is a remarkable comeback from being over 100,000 down. Gross is 1,800 up. Cochran is 1,100 down. Trickett 17,500 down, and Yong is 84,000 down.
Four players.
Four-way pot, this one.
Can't draw.
How did Roberts get back up this session? She hit a flush against Yong,
Yeah,
who
Rob.
tried to bluff, and it went badly wrong.
Yeah, mistimed bluff.
Look at that flop. Gross and Roberts with a little bit of a juice.
Bet 4,500.
Mad Panda. When's the next break?
Why do you need to wait for the break? Mad Panda. Do you want Simon to keep talking?
Oh, that's so Rob. It's so many levels.
Call. Fold.
Gross calls.
Heads up. Check.
And Robert's going to fire again here.
11,000.
No, I expect Gross to call here.
Well, the only
I
time
hate-
we've really seen him make a move is with the flush draw against Trickett.
A few people thinking Gross is going to fold here. I don't think he will. Let's see who's right.
We're 5 hours behind AJS DTD.
There we
And
go.
Tom was right, he makes the call. So will Roberts be willing to fire that third bullet?
Oh,
Gross has hit his ace here, so he won't be getting rid of him with a he'll check it. Well, she's checked back, she's
I thought you said you had a flush.
No, I thought you had a flush. I thought you were
I was
on a
like,
dress
all
rock.
right. Okay,
Nice hand.
thanks. I thought you said flush. I want to smoke them.
No, I thought maybe you had a flush draw.
No.
To go. Call. Call. 800. Call.
Calling is the thing to do then.
Call. Option. Check. 5 players.
It's almost our first family. We're missing Rob.
Family pot.
No Rob though.
All right.
I guess
I
it still
miss
counts.
Rob.
It still counts.
I miss
I know,
already.
I missed him already. Where is he?
We've got no commentary.
Yeah, he's probably in the booth. He's back there.
Check. Check. Check.
900.
9. Fold. Call. Call. Raise. 5,900.
okay. Right, sorry about that slight delay.
Simon just popped and had a little nap, didn't you, Simon?
I did, yeah. Came back to an interesting board here, 5-7-5. Esfandiari has got trip 5s. Gross with the over pair of 9s. Second time today we've seen Esfandiari. He had trip 4s with when Roberts had the 10s on a 9 high flop. Yes, Tanya, you were right. I had a quick nap. No, actually, I was just having dinner with Alex and Nicola.
A nice healthy dinner
Yes,
tonight.
chicken wrap. I wanted to have the deep fried Oreos, but Alex wouldn't let me. Thanks, Alex.
Moment on your lips.
I know. Never had them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Esfandiari betting out here 16,700. Wow, it's a big bet. Nearly pot size. Federer Holt's the best player. I'm not sure he's the best player, but he's definitely had the best form. Gross makes the call, so Antonio obviously knows he's good with his fives at the moment. Similar situation as before. Doesn't put Gross on a flush draw there, so he's not worried about the flush. Got the bare ace anyway. Mr. Jingles 101, what's the regular big game that runs at dusk till dawn? 5100. It's 10.25 usually. But we've had up to £1 million on the table, so it can be a very big game. Lots of straddling. Before the start of this hand, gross was 22,000 up.
This is where it hurts, you know. 6, 8, 6, 4, or a 5.
Sorry.
29, 2.
29,200.
Slow rolling's not allowed, right? It's not allowed.
Well, similar situation with Roberts before when she had 10s and a jack came on the river. She still called off 100k.
Winner of the hand buys dinner, and I think I'm gonna have to pay off. Ah, it's gonna hurt. Sorry, one sec.
Take your time, Jeff.
No rush.
Let's see one thing.
Get the blinds on now, 2 foot.
Who wants you?
Sound like Leo. That sound like Leo.
He's made the call, he's not going to like it. Sick. Ace 5. Antonio running good.
Looks good. Call.
Thank you.
Is that better?
Doesn't work like that.
Of course it does. I love that game. Rock, paper, scissors. I'm really good at it. Simon, want a game?
That's 15,000.
Shall we play Snap? Exactly. And I haven't even started drinking yet.
Call.
Yong turns Broadway.
Check.
Awkward.
Bet. $23,800.
For once, Robbie's going to catch some chips here off Antonio.
Call.
Guys, I'm everyone's girl.
Check. Check. Short card. Straight.
Maybe a bad route for you. If it doesn't pay, you might get another bullet.
Yeah, exactly. The pair. Yep.
I have no objection.
I would love to.
Just for the guys that are in the hole, you know.
You got me?
That means you have to put 4 in, yeah?
A little bit for both of them here.
Put 4 in.
Robert's top pair, Trickett bottom pair.
That was the 16 you just won. The big pot. You know that, right?
You put a 4 in, yeah? Oh yeah, you put a 16 in. Yeah.
Many, many times.
Raise. 6,000. Call.
Okay, Rob's suggesting they kick it up for the last hour or so, couple of hours. 1, 2, 4. Hopefully we'll get some much bigger pots. I did the commentary for Rosvadov high stakes cash game, and they were playing 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Pots were just mental. Who's been watching this from the start then? Anybody been here right from the start?
500.
When you guys come over to Rosbadov for the one job, you have a really good time.
Yeah. I want to go.
Whisper in Tanya. Johnny Lucknow. Heads up master. Retire on Mars. Yeah, I remember you being here from the
If you
beginning.
like gambling though, you'll have a good time. The cash games will be huge.
Call.
Net Waps. It's the first time I've heard from you. London knows me. Cam Rockham, yeah. Thanks for staying with us from the beginning.
No, they have something
So
called cash
Trickett's
games.
fired a couple of bullets at this pot. Hasn't been able to get Roberts to lay down a 8.
Okay, that's, yeah, that must
Me,
be what I
me and Sam go and play and soft play each other.
Yeah.
Check.
Sexy Panda. Shout out to Ireland. Blackout General. Has poker ever specifically got you laid, Simon? How can I answer that one?
28,000.
Right, only if you were soft playing, not the place to do it on camera,
Hey?
right? If you were going to try to do that, that would be somewhere you wouldn't want to do it.
I'd have to say yes.
How long are you going to Vegas for this year?
I'll be in the summer, all summer.
The whole time. You stay in an apartment or hotel?
I got a condo there,
Now, how many commentators do you think would ever admit to that?
right across the street from our doing some
Trump loves mixers, that's funny.
for a World Series, so I'll be up there.
Nothing to do with how I play poker. I can assure you that.
It's a long time, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Don't know how many more years I'll do it, but still, before I have kids and I enjoy it, it's fun. It's also fun, a lot of people, you know everyone out there, so people go to dinners, have a good time, catch up.
I've got a big party.
That's funny.
Oh, I think Simon mentioned that, yeah.
Nice club.
Qualifiers and stuff, or just whatever?
Few qualifiers, I've made friends.
Yeah.
We had a party at Hackathon last year. Everyone had a good time, but I kind of didn't like it that much. I like excess. I like
Back to the action on this table. Trickett has bet 28,000 on the river. He's continuing to represent the nuts.
I'm going to stay at the area.
And he managed to get Roberts to fold this time.
Nice hand, nice bet.
Ricky.
Yeah, I agree. 1973, a lot less action than yesterday. It was much more fun to commentate on.
Antonio in that last hand, the flop would have been 8,
Oi.
8 deuce.
What?
This is
And
very
see,
true.
that's what you need to figure out, just how to be him.
Trickett flops top pair with his 9 kicker.
Oh, he's very challenging to play. So good.
Oh man, did anybody hear me doing the Grand Prix on Monday? It went on for 11 hours and finished at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired I didn't even know the guy had won. Trickett improves. He's got top pair with a nut flush draw now.
Stand up for yourself. You got to believe in yourself.
Well, you do, but you also have to be honest and you know think: are you beat or are you making a marginal call, right?
Well, Rob's hit the 5 on the river. Trickett's not going to be happy with this.
Same with you. It's like losing to a guy you like.
Right, exactly.
Problem is everyone here I like too, so that's you can't say that either. You know, you can't do that or else that's a bad.
Well, I'm
then
not
it
going to
gets
call
expensive.
because I want to give the money away.
Right.
I'm not going to set it on fire. But on the other hand,
It hurts less.
There-
15,000.
like when I have a gut feel, I'm always right. So there's several times where I just knew I had the best hand. But if I don't have it,
Would you really check a flush?
Heads up.
I guess the question here is, can you go all the way with one pair?
He's right, he's got 1 pair. He's got the biggest pair possible. Yong has flopped gut shot bottom pair against the over pair. That's not a great flop for a pair of aces, but it is heads up. I'd shave my head for 10 grand.
Check.
And look at that, Lauren would have got there on the river. She had a pair of 2s. She made of river trips. Esfandiari's.
1,300.
That's 20,300 into a 24,400 pot.
How many hand I'm beating is a pair of 7s or less?
Simon, who is, in your opinion, the best poker player
Would you
alive
make it
today?
10K with a pair of 7s or less?
No limit.
Yes, we've been in an orgy. One big orgy. That's what we do here.
So ace queen, ace jack.
Watch poker and
ace
have
10,
orgies.
Queen jack, king jack. Pair of 10s, pair of 9s. Every possible hand apart from 7s or below. I just smell something here. I don't know what it is.
It's aces.
Best
Have
poker
you got
alive.
better than 7s? It's not fair. He asks me when I'm on the river, and I ask him. Have you got better than? Have you got a pair of 7s or below?
It's exactly the same.
It's difficult to choose who the best player is. Best player in the last 30 years, I would say, for Phil Helmuth. For his achievements in poker, not just his bracelets. He's won tournaments that most of you probably don't even realise he's won, where he's come to Europe
I'm asking for a clue. I'd rather have a clue.
Talking to you, aren't I? I'd like an edge. I'd like some sort of edge. I'd like something, yeah.
I'd rather have a clue than flip it.
What a line.
Show me one card. Show me one card. I'm 50-50 at the moment. I just smell something here. Show me one card.
I can't show you one card.
Why not?
Because then it just wouldn't be good.
For who?
Rarely stumped. He's on the offense. He's usually on the offensive.
What do you say?
Antonio doesn't have a defense.
you ever
He's
seen
an offensive guy. He's got no D. He's
More offense than defense.
yeah.
He's got no defense.
Yeah.
True.
Come on.
It's so true. He's like,
Show the poker
oh,
rules.
this is what people feel like when I
This is
talk
how I
to
do
them.
it,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Show the poker rules. You got some
Fun,
balls and
actually.
show me one card.
Good. So that's why I'm still playing. Everybody's
And the next time we play a big pot, I have to show you one card. I owe you one.
nobody's a grinder.
I can't show you a card.
You're losing a lot of credibility here. I think he's got a pair of sevens.
Chris is here.
So check a pair of sevens. Don't worry.
Fold.
Magic man.
We know how to keep him quiet now, don't we?
His defense game.
Yeah, it's off.
I hope you enjoyed the banter there.
I was a little surprised. I was expecting some
I think Antonio might have got called then if he'd shown an ace.
I don't know what to say.
You're allowed to talk to me? Yeah, you guys can talk to me. Kings tricky now.
Forward.
You have kings?
I had aces.
Aces.
Yeah, it.
That is it. That's really it.
That's it, right?
Is that what he said?
Check her bet.
Nobody with a jack.
Check. Check.
Roberts in front with 2 pair.
3,000. Call. 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 Heads up. Check her bet. Check. Check.
Young's going to win a nice pot here. Roberts has improved her 2 pair. Jackson 10s now.
Bet.
She's leading out. Rob has hit the gutter ball straight.
That's fuck.
Raise the 20,000.
Rob raises it up. Last time he did this, he did it with complete air. This time he does have a straight. So many hands beating Lauren here. She makes the call. Rob's going to get a few chips back here.
Very nice hand.
Lucky.
You're good at the
Excellent
gutters, huh?
hand. Very good.
Gutter Rob.
Very nice.
Gutter Rob.
Got a bar
I
on.
don't think that's going to stick.
She's such a lady.
That's,
isn't
no, he's
she?
calling
Yeah,
her
she's
Rob.
lovely, yeah.
Compliments everyone's
You gotta have a cool
hands.
nickname, though. What's your nickname? What do your friends call you?
Everyone calls me Rob.
That's strong.
Sorry.
Just own Rob. That's real strong.
Lauren raised with King 8. Trickett and Roberts have outflopped Mr. Yong.
Bet 7,000.
Joining me in the commentary booth for a few minutes is Nicola Giles, who is our marketing director at Dust Till Dawn. Nicola, I think Trump is referring to you there when he says that's a sexy voice. Pretty sure he's not referring to me.
Must be my Essex accent.
Don't ruin it, love. Actually, it must be nice for these guys to hear English voices for a change. They're used to hearing Americans or Canadians.
This is the first time in my life that anyone's ever said that I have a nice accent.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to fold, but actually, I try to show Lauren my cards.
We're on break right now. There you go. It's like asking me about a hand. Like, where did you do that?
If those chips are right, Rob is up 96,000. He sat down with 200,000. Trickett is up as well, which is not what the graphics are showing at the moment. So I don't think those figures can be right. I've had a Red Bull. It's kept me awake. I'm not that old.
I think the 50 hours sleep you had in the first 2 days of
Yeah.
being here probably kept you awake.
Probably. Hold'em, nitty and boring. Yeah, come on, let's have some PLO. Let's have, see, imagine what these guys would be like with 4 cards. Actually, let's play 4, 5, 6. Liven it up a bit.
Simon, did you hear about the PLO Bad Beat jackpot that was won here the other night?
No?
It was a full house over straight flush.
Wow.
And not full house, sorry, raw flush, sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, raw flush over straight flush, sorry. You see how much I know about poker.
Can't always do that. I've got to look at the run out.
It's not even about being right, yeah. It's just, you can't really do anything. Sometimes you gotta just lay it down when you know you think you're winning.
We lost a 30-minute chunk of the stream, I believe, and this is on a 30-minute delay.
Even check raising there. You get someone just floats you, then you're in trouble, aren't you?
Big raise here from Roberts to 35,000.
Exactly even, yeah? You exactly even. You've had some entertainment. You're pretty much exactly even, yeah?
Stop. And the night's not over. Anything could happen. You saw what happened the last hand of the day yesterday.
Does anyone look at this hand? Look at this beautiful hand.
Ooh.
Oh, did you
Who's
have
that?
a flush draw?
You had that?
I had that folders.
I folded a really big
Oh,
hand.
I saw that.
Queen wins.
Yeah.
Does Queen win?
Queen would win if you had made it to the river. I mean, to the turn, yes. Queen would win.
What did you bluff me with then?
I had a pair of 8s. I
King
felt
8.
like my 8 was good.
You called my 6,000 raise with King 8 offsuit. I don't want.
What is it, face?
I don't want to call with this hand.
You don't want to call it.
I don't want to play this hand. I've been forced in.
I hate that. I'm out of position.
Check. 6,000. Call.
I was going to get caught in the middle there with his King 3.
Raise. 16,000. Full.
I didn't want to play the hand before the flop.
Really?
fruit plate? What? Just a little fruit plate and wind down the day?
No, I'm not falling asleep. I'm just immersed in this action. Lee Roxy, I think you've been listening to a different stream. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. Yeah, I missed the karaoke the other day, didn't I?
I'll tell you who's good at karaoke, Tony Dunce.
Is he?
He does a mighty shaggy.
A shaggy?
The artist.
If you've got a difficult
All
one,
right.
you can call and we can run it out if you want.
No,
Sure.
not at all. I can call and we'll run it out.
Clock.
If you want, yeah.
Clock, please.
I'll take that.
I've got a king. So.
I have a king too.
Oh, you're winning then.
I love his honesty.
You're winning then. Yeah.
She's calling and running it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely winning.
Yeah.
I thought
Only a
maybe
three.
you had
King 10.
like a king 6 because you said,
Yeah.
or you're Hollywooding.
No. Well, that's out of the question.
No, I was actually trying to decide whether to raise. I was going to raise there.
I don't think I ever Hollywood in my life.
No. But you never know. Sometimes I have a stupid hand and
Kind
sometimes...
of pointless me ever Hollywood in, isn't it? It's like,
What's that?
it's pointless me ever Hollywood in, really. It's like,
No, I don't know you well enough to know. And you're in your element now. So if any time you would Hollywood, I think maybe it would be now, but I don't know. Maybe that was, you had ace king there and you were saying...
Well, I think we've just got about 15 minutes left of this thrilling poker here at Playground, Montreal, Kanawaki.
I feel pretty
Thank you for staying with us all day. So exciting.
That's a South Carolina accent.
Is it?
It's a T.
I've lost a lot of money.
John, it's so nice of you to be at the table, holding up seat 1 for us. Antonio, nice of you to stay for the last 2 hours, not played a hand, since you locked up your winnings.
Is this mine?
Yep.
How much is it? Hey.
Call. Option.
I'm gonna get
Raise. 4,000 each. Call.
Retire on Mars, I think that's the best handle or the best nickname I've heard on there, and it's somewhere I feel like going after this stream.
I'm doing my part, Sam, to help get you even.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Go Roberts, go Roberts. Oh, it's a good flop for a pair of 6s. The female, the lovely young lady, is Lauren Roberts. Used to be a hedge fund manager. She now has several companies and has a very distinctive look.
The female of the species is more deadly than the male.
Is that 25?
Yeah. Just so I know where I am.
Took my red one, that was my 100k.
That's him.
She's more ballsy than most of the guys sat around this table, I tell you. Some of the moves she's been making. Oh, I can see you in the background there, Alex.
Oh, that's me. They're my boobs.
Do that top button up, love.
Put your tits away, love.
Raise.
If Rob's not going to win the money, you've got to earn it.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at the chat and I'm thinking of that song Devil Woman.
Call.
Listen, I'd love to play with her anytime. She's good fun to have at the table, without a doubt. Oh, Trickett's caught the king on the turn. We're going to have a big part.
What's it like to be good, Trickett?
He is good.
He's good. His banter.
Got the accent.
Tricky Trickett gets lucky. Binks the king on the turn. Anything could happen in this last 13 minutes. Stay with us, everybody. It's going to get mighty exciting. Motorboat her Simon. And funny enough, I did used to know what that was. I've actually forgotten.
It's a sexual position.
It's a sexual position, is it? Oi, Blackout General, behave. Come on, guys, let's make this fun for the last 13 minutes. Come on, it's been a bit boring for the last 2 hours, let's be honest. It's been a bit cack, as we say in north, up north. It's been a bit cactus. Hasn't been much fun. It was really good. Honestly, Nicola yesterday was brilliant. Honestly, with some fantastic hands, some fantastic bluffs. Today has not been as good. Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. Stream went down, we lost the picture.
Stupid question you've been asked by a poker player in the last month.
Oh God, there's a lot to choose from.
Let's be honest. There's the only guy I know that can make quads. I've never seen it. Francois the guy. Francois over in the corner of the 10K.
Bet
How much?
25,000.
Well, they might be listening, so.
No, Nicola's married.
How's it going with your mum? Trumps loves Mexicans. She,
I don't know. Like, I never rang her. I mean, did anybody ring that number and speak to Laura?
yeah,
Was
did
it Laura?
anyone ring Trump loves Mexicans' mum, Laura? Please let us know. Answers on a postcard.
Are the commentators behind the live thing? Yes. We're on a 30-minute delay. It
Or
all
are
ended. It ended about 20 minutes ago, and we're still talking. Worst commentator over. Oh, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Is that me? Is that aimed at me?
No, it's me. I totally agree.
Pick one card.
Heads up, Masha. Simon, is it a bad idea to go into a PLO 24 limit game with 1,400? No, if it's in cents. If it's 20 cents, 40 cents, 1,400 is plenty. If it's $20, $40, bad idea.
At sevens, you did have the best hand.
Trickett takes it down.
I had sixes. I had no prepared, so.
I actually got lucky. I had a king.
Yeah, oh, there you go. I thought you hit a king or a queen, so I thought I was.
You read it perfectly.
Yeah, but.
I was like, I wish I
Yeah,
hadn't
no, I
said
thought I-
that you got a two now.
Strangely, it's
And then it come the king. I was
Because
like,
someone's asked if Simon.
No, I mean, no. I mean,
It's Simon.
you're going to have to get used to
I
this
can't
very
really call there was pocket
played very
sixes.
perfectly.
I mean, especially when
I'm
you
just concerned because
called my raise.
it could very well be.
Yeah,
I had a
well, I didn't like the king and the queen.
I didn't like the
On
queen.
the river.
I didn't like the queen.
This tell you which pro players have met each other the most. I would probably say, although I don't class Jeff Gross as a professional player, I know that him and Antonio are buddies, so they probably see more of each other than Antonio and Trickett.
Rather be lucky than good.
I'd rather to be both.
2004.
Hey, I'd rather
That's
be
the dream,
both.
right?
That's true.
Congratulations, Melevant09 lives 20 minutes from Playground. Well done.
Nicola, tell us
I
about
felt
what's
when
going
you
on
called
Pipe
the
Poker
race
this
that
week.
you had
How
two
can
overs,
Winston
and,
Joe to be in with a chance of playing games like
I
this?
could have been wrong, but.
So on
I
Party
wasn't
Poker we
positive
have
about
10
it.
seats guaranteed for the Party Poker Million North America, which is 5 million guaranteed. Someone will win $1 million.
When's that?
Well, the day 1A is tomorrow, so there's 10 seats guaranteed tonight. There's currently $20,000 worth of value.
You mean to tell me that anyone can play day one for the Party Poker Millions, North America? They don't have to be here. You can play it online.
No, it's live day one. We've done the online day ones. They were the last 2 Sundays. So it's all the action's live now for the main event.
Going on online, as these people probably.
So online is the Power Fest, which starts on Sunday.
Come on, Jeff, you've got none of that.
20 million guaranteed.
20 million?
Over 301 events.
My buddy over
20
here.
million this Sunday.
Hold on, guys.
No,
This is exciting here.
2 weeks. Oh.
Rob has 4 and a 6. He's made 2 pair on the turn. Jeff Gross has the overpair with a straight draw. Huge amount of outs, as you can see along the top. The graphics do help here. 87532838, 75328532.
Is that your phone number, Simon?
So, Rob has bet 10,000 There's absolutely no way that Jeff is going to fold with his pocket sevens here. He is behind to Robert Yong's 2 pair. Has made the call.
Come on.
Picture on the end. Oh, no, he's made the straight. So he was in front on the flop, he went behind on the turn, and he's rivered the straight. And Robert is going to feel sick. Rob dodged a bullet there, just showing down his 2 pairs. Smelt the trap.
Simon, why don't we have like a man of the match in poker, do we?
I was winning when I was hoping you
Probably the person who takes home the most money, Alex. It's probably the man of the match.
It's not necessarily the person that plays the best, though, is it?
No, not necessarily.
Where's that
You
fucking
flop turn player or turn chip player? You flop 2 pair or turn chip?
2 pair with straight draw? I had a pair with straight draw on the flop. I need a 3 or like this. So I hit 2 pair.
I was hoping you had hearts. I guess I messed up.
It's working out quite well for you, closing your eyes and calling, isn't it?
So Nicola was telling us all about the stuff that's on Party Poker at the weekend.
Yeah, so Alex asked me if the 20 million was in one night. It's actually over 2 weeks.
May the 7th to the 21st.
Yeah.
Every Sunday you have the opportunity to win 10 $12,000 packages for the Las Vegas poker party. I will be hosting the 7th to the 14th with a party in Excess on the Friday, a pool party at Encore. It is an Encore, isn't it?
Encore Beach Club, yeah.
Encore Beach Club. Tuesday there's going to be a golf do hosted by Neil Barrett and myself, and then an evening down at Binion's, and Thursday trip to the Grand Canyon by helicopter with a picnic, I believe. So if you fancy any of that and you win your $12,000 package, you can come and join us.
Sold it for me, Simon.
Seat 1 might be dead. Trump, I've been worried about that myself, to be honest. He's hardly moved. I mean, if that hat has just been sat there for about 3 hours. Oh, hold on, he's counting his chips. He's counting his chips. He may play a hand. I think Antonio's actually been worse for the last 2 hours. Since he's locked up that win, he just gets up out of his chair, goes over and does a little bit of texting, and then he comes and sits back down again and folds. Let's see if he plays this hand. Come on, everybody. And there it goes. Back to the texting.
Yes, they're ready to running. So on Sunday we have our first final. We've got 5 10k packages guaranteed.
Live?
So online. Sorry, live sats. Sorry, I misread. Online sats. I'm pretty sure the satellites will all be online, at least for the first few months. The package includes a $5,300 buy-in for the 5 million guaranteed. Same event as we've got running up, coming in Canada this week. And you win your flights and hotel included in that.
Yeah, unfortunately, as Graffy said, they had technical issues. Everything has gone wrong today. We're really, really sorry about it.
We had a good commentator and they didn't turn up. We had to use Simon instead.
Yeah, sorry about that too. Yong in with 9 deuce of hearts in position against Trickett with his king 7 of clubs. These two are the only two playing any poker at the moment. Trickett has flopped the king, and I think Yong is no longer interested in the hand.
Yeah, someone's asked if there's a stream tomorrow. There is a stream tomorrow. And maybe we could stream the final of the high roller if we're not streaming this, so there would definitely be some action tomorrow.
Paul?
Oh my God, have you ever seen anything so sick in all your life? He's hit the bloody 2 pair. He's only got to hit the 2 pair on the turn. What's going to happen now? I've been drinking Red Bull, by the way. It's my only excuse.
With vodka?
I wish it had vodka in it.
15,000.
Poor Trickett. He's not going to get away from this. And he makes the call, and this pot's bigger than it ever should have been. It's 78,600. We're off to the races. Trey on the river. Check from Trickett. Roberto will bet a little bit. 78,600. Probably bet about 28,000. See how close I am. Probably completely wrong, but I'll have a go at 28. And how much does he bet?
Bet 26,000.
Oh, come on, give me that one. I was 2,000 out. Come on, guys. 26,000. What a commentator. Let's get him back tomorrow. This could be one of the last hands of the evening. It's 10:29.
Oh my God.
It's just how he said it. Yeah.
He said, what do you got? He's so miserable. He said one pair, but the way he said it, like,
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, don't lie, be honest.
So
I don't need to say anything. You just do your thing.
That's what he's doing. Do your thing, Rob. Give it to him. Give him the honesty. Give him the
I'll be so.
Just,
I'll be honest with you.
it's all right. I'll figure it out.
I don't think you're going to figure this one out.
Disappointing.
A what? A 3? Why is it disappointing river?
Oh, it has a lot of potential. I had a very big
This
hand.
is the first big pot these two have been in again, with each other against each other in. Tonight.
Even the dealer looks disgusted with me. He's looking at me like I'm. How big's your pair?
Chirping so much, you must have it right.
How big's your pair?
It's obviously a good one.
I'll be honest with you. I'm actually embarrassed about this situation. I think if you call, you'll never talk to me again.
It's almost inferring he's got something as bad as deuce 3.
I put you on ace king, then a king came, and then I changed the plan and put you on ace queen.
That was one of the greatest lines
And
at
like,
a poker table. I'm going to use that. Can I use that line in the future?
I thought I just start playing. He's got ace king. Yeah, he's made it like 12,000.
9s or 3s, I mean, dirty little fucker.
He's made it like 12. He's made it 12,000. I think I just ace king. I just start playing. No king or ace on the flop. He can't win the hand. The king's come. Then I thought, well, he might have ace queen.
9s or 3s, something dirty like that, right? Dirty.
And then like,
Dirty.
I just can't take to get this decision wrong.
and
I
then
just can't take to get this
so I
decision
just like,
wrong.
we got a plan for the whole situation, and I put you on ace king, and then changed it to ace queen. I mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, I should just pass pre-flop, right? Gone from actually, I shouldn't have raised pre-flop. I shouldn't have called pre-flop.
Are you guys calling it after this? Or
Should have floated you.
This is it?
Wow, that's like 5 things I shouldn't have done. Shouldn't have raised pre-flop. Shouldn't have called pre-flop. Shouldn't have floated you on the. on the flop. I didn't quite float you. I probably shouldn't have bet the turn. No, I should have bet the turn. I should have bet the river. So I've done a couple of things right.
We'll play for a while.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, no worries.
There's a lot of stuff missed.
No, take your time.
Someone's asking me what my Twitter is at Party
I'm
Poker Live.
angry with myself. I put you on ace king, and then the king came, and I managed to change your range. I'm angry.
Now, you know, here, they get to see, like this, like Jason's what Jason was responding to. So, like, you put it up and as you see it, and then they see it and they come and they watch, they enjoy it. I'm having honestly fun.
The more he talks, the more confused
Just
he
the way
gets.
What's that?
The more he talks, the more confused he gets.
No, I know.
This is it or one?
Okay.
This is why I'm embarrassed, yeah?
2 pairs somehow? 2 pairs?
Okay.
So that's why I'm embarrassed. I just had a plan, and I hit.
Was that it or what's the deal?
I didn't wait to call that, man. It's like,
All right.
That's it? No more?
Yeah.
I think that might be the final hand now.
Man.
So let me give you some figures. It says here, John in seat 1
Is there anyone in seat 1?
is minus 108,500. Sam Trickett is minus 53. Lauren Roberts is minus 16,000. Jeff Gross is plus 25,000. Antonio Esfandiari is plus 57,000. And with that final hand, Rob Yong is plus 87,000. So if you've been watching the 2 days, let's have a look at the figures. Rob lost 142 yesterday, 187 today, so he's down 55. Antonio won 74 yesterday, 57 today, so he's up 131. Jeff's first time he's played, he's up 25. Lauren won 119 yesterday, lost 16 today, so she's still the biggest winner, or second biggest winner now, 103. Trickett is the biggest loser by miles, he's down 237. And John is down 165,000.